Hello and welcome to Aware Meditation Holiday Season Stress Tips. My name is Paula Jane Newman. I'm the founder of Aware Meditation Inc. Please stay tuned for our video where we will be including a group meditation. But beforehand, I'm going to go over some general stress tips that people are facing from the 2025 holiday season going into the year 2026. With that, please like, subscribe to our channel. It's free. It really helps us. We are a nonprofit, and that means the more attention we have thousands of hours of live streams and wellness videos and meditations that you can come and check out on this YouTube channel. And we'd love for you to be part of our community. Our outreach programs have now reached over 108,000 views. We are really grateful for your support. But now let's get on with the holiday stress tips. No matter what you celebrate, I'm in elf on the shelf hat here. We want to go over some specific things that are happening in 2025. Globally, everyone is being affected by the movement towards AI. Whether that's causing you stress, because now even dialing into Zoom, there's an AI thing that wants to come on board, whether you're getting email blasts for offers that happen through Black Friday, it's now, why don't you do this? It's automated. Whether you yourself are a business owner that has email blasts, we're now trying to get you upgraded to the AI option. It can be wonderfully beneficial as a tool. However, let's be realistic, jobs are dwindling as a result. I know many people who are unable to have their new students who came out of university find entry-level jobs because of what's going on. This is causing some conservative measures when it comes to people's finances. How does this have a ripple effect? If you are an entertainer, a performer, you may have noticed it's harder to get people to part with their money for events. People's time feels lessened because people are under the stress of groceries, whether there's tariffs if you're in the US or not, but the cost of living is going up globally, and there is uncertainty because there are many political leaders that are causing uncertainty. We don't like to get into what side you view. We want to help everyone with their wellness. However, there is a pattern that's consistent around the globe that there is more instability. Those of you who may have pensions or may have savings that are attached to the stock market might have experienced a drop in what's happening. So there's uncertainty there. Uncertainty whether you're able to get another job, uncertainty as to whether you can retire, and everything is going up. There are more costs and expenses for items you didn't expect that have tariffs. So there's a big financial cloud that's looming when it comes to this particular holiday season. There was a big push. You might have noticed that from the beginning of Halloween, after Halloween happened, specifically in the US, it was as if Thanksgiving was vanished almost. Everything became about the big holiday, which is Christmas, or Hanukkah, the most popular ones in the West. If you have other holidays that you celebrate at the end of the year, might have seen those decorations coming out early. We'll see very quickly after January 1st, the Chinese New Year decorations coming out. The retailers felt that they needed to get people's money before things start to get worse. If you work in the field of government contracts, you might have also experienced a loss there. Those who have ever worked in anything related to the federal government in the United States, there has been a decline. This affects everything. It affects somebody walking to buy their morning coffee that they might want to have just supported a coffee shop. Things have been happening where people are cutting back as much as possible. What hasn't gone back is the cost of living, and that also includes medical costs. Whether you are in a country that has a universal health care, you may have noticed that it's harder to get seen. You may have noticed that there are hurdles that weren't there before. This causes additional stress. Now, when resolving these problems, if you think that AI is helpful, it's not necessarily become more helpful for those who don't want to spend forever on the computer figuring out what answers to go to, where to click, who to see now. I can tell you from some personal experience, I had a scan done and they put in some wrong statistics for me. Can I get through to a human being who can rerun the report with my basic height statistics correctly? No, I have had 4 phone calls and spent a total of 30 minutes already in my life trying to correct something that was not my error in the first place. Small amount of time, but globally, when we look at how this is happening around the world and how this is going to happen in other affairs in my life, we notice more and more time and adaptation energy being depleted. As our adaptation energy is depleted, most people will try to look for a place to look at, to check out. That makes sense. How much time are you spending scrolling? And when we're scrolling, how much time are we now looking at ads? Ads for things that we've talked about ourselves, ads for things that we might have had someone mention while we were having a conversation. Yes, they are listening. Of course they are. That's what we give access to in order to be able to have the privilege of using these devices currently. Unless you're planning on going off grid altogether, in order to financially survive, you need to be in contact. You need to be reachable for these employment endeavors to be up to date, or you get caught back and then, people will find someone else, or they'll start to find a computer that can do the job for you. These are such stressful times. People are taking one deadline at a time, and that's nothing wrong with that. But what we want to do is be in a place where we have our stress, that we know what the deadlines at a time are, but we have the adaptation ability and capacity to move back and look at the big picture. When we want to look at the big picture, we have a better perspective in being able to see how we want to navigate our energy. What are the best moves overall? This requires being able to let go. And when there are triggering events that happen to our nervous system, even if you can track back to when you were younger, allowing yourself the time and the space to be able to process this through. Often we can come out and try to cope with things through a little bit of an addiction, whether it's you're drinking a little too more, whether you're having too many sweets, whether you're partaking on your other social substances. Be mindful and aware of that over the holiday season. If it's the same as always and you do something daily like this, then it might be time to start to reflect upon that. Because all that does is simply put a band-aid or a temporary resolve to something like meditation that can help you get some deeper rest. We specifically advocate Vedic meditation because it has been scientifically proven to give the body 2 to 5 times more deep rest than an average person's 8-hour in bed trying to get to sleep pattern. My experience is very clear, and if you wish to know more, you can go and look at Vedic Meditation Stories ebook, which is available for free if you have Kindle Unlimited on Amazon, or if you wish to join our mailing list, I will personally send you a copy of the book. It's an ebook and very easy to read. When we are at the effect of stress, whether we live in physical pain, it's mental stress, financial stress, we do not have the same capacity to be able to stop, look back, and see the big picture. What is the next great move for me to do? So how do we do that? If you are a Vedic meditator, you already have a practice, please join in with our group meditations. Please go on YouTube and check them out. If you're not a Vedic meditation teacher or you don't have a meditation practice, then I'm going to help you today with a few tips to guide you. Long story short, meditations really come into 2 places. You have concentration practices, and then you have non-directive. Concentration, breathing, focusing the mind, self-affirmation. Non-directive are things like this meditation. Meditation that I teach is a letting go practice. There's enough to try to do. I want to let go. I want my nervous system to restore. And I want to be able to be in the world with my perspective moving forward. But the one thing that can also get us into a place of rest if you don't meditate really quickly is laughter. I'm also a certified laughter yoga instructor, and the power of laughter immediately gets us out of our stress into the present moment. The great news is you don't have to come to a comedy show. Of course, Aware Meditation helps provide family comedy shows And you're welcome to go check out on our YouTube channel the free comedy that we have available that is clean comedy to help you laugh and have a moment of stress. And if you wish to attend more of one of our private events, where we get some headliners internationally that come on with some of our Rise Up comedy students. And you too can be a student too, but we teach people how to break through some of our stress by learning to perform a comedy set for the higher good. It's in a safe place and people have had remarkable results. You can learn more from that on our website, awaremeditation.org, or go to riseupcomedy.org. We also have the next class, and we have an ebook that talks about that called Pain to Punchlines, Stand-Up Comedy, a Transformation Superpower. That is available again free if you have unlimited Kindle. And if you want to join our email list, I will personally send it to you at no cost. All right, let's go through some breathing techniques to help us relax. First of all, notice where your body is right now. Am I sitting on a chair? Where are my feet? Are my feet on the floor? Notice where your toes touch the floor. Take a moment with a deep inhalation. And when you exhale, exhale longer than your inhalation through the mouth. One more time. We will do this 2 more times, and each time place your concentration on the task that you're doing. If any other thoughts come in, just acknowledge them and come back to you inhaling and exhaling. If your eyes are not closed, please close them. If they are, take a moment to breathe silently and allow your body to relax into the chair. It might be right about now that you're having some stress thoughts. Thoughts about what you have to do, thoughts about what needs to be attended, and thoughts about what you're doing right now. Acknowledge those thoughts, and with an exhalation, allow your nervous system to say goodbye. Inhale. Even if it's visually, imagining those thoughts like clouds disappearing when you exhale. We are now doing an active concentration technique. We are actively concentrating our mind to run a practice. On the next inhalation, we will breathe in deeply, and the exhalation, we will allow any thoughts to simply move away like clouds, and then rest. And inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Allow the clouds to move and pass from you and be in your body. You are still conscious of your surroundings and the noise. Simply on your next inhalation, breathe deeper, and then on your exhalation, remove any of that noise, stress, not the noise, the stress. Allow that to dissipate. Inhale and exhale through the mouth, allowing any of the stress around your outside circumstances to dissipate. One more time. And when you're ready, slowly open those eyes. Welcome back. That's a very simple conscious mind practice that you can do in the morning when the mind is racing, and then around tea time, which, if you don't know what that is, between 3 and 4:30. If the meditation is something you're unable to do, or you don't feel you have the space, we're going to bring in impromptu laughter. We host laughter yoga sessions online and for corporate businesses or for events. But right now, I'd like you to bring in a gentle laugh. Almost like a chuckle. Take an inhalation and exhale. There is a shift. Now we're going to bring in a more boisterous laugh. Something that could be really funny or not. It doesn't have to be funny. We simply laugh. Are you ready? That might be more of a restful feeling afterwards because the body laughed more vigorously and you got the diaphragm moving and we had deeper laughs. What that translates is that the nervous system is breathing deeply. When we feel stressed, we simply take an inhalation and a sigh. It's the body's way of saying, feel stressed, need to sort that out. But that's why laughter is so important, because it takes the brain away from the stress and you're doing the breathing. It's scientifically been proven you don't have to find something funny in order for it to work. In fact, comedy is subjective. I know some of you really enjoy my silly, light-hearted comedy. And you can go to Paula Jane Newman YouTube and see some of that silly comedy if you like. How do we implement this in life? Well, if you are traveling on public transport, you can put some earbuds in, pretend that you're watching a video, it's funny, and then just look slightly above it, like this, and start laughing. Ah. And you know the joke. The joke is everyone thinks you're laughing at something funny. And you're also helping people because by people hearing other people laugh, they acknowledge that laughter is allowed to happen in this world. And this can be done almost anywhere. Everyone's on the phone scrolling. So use it to your advantage. Let them think you're watching something funny that might not be. You can actually put the volume on mute and just be scrolling some silly video. Now you can go back to what you want to do. Very, very simple. In January, we're going to be talking about the new year and helping with some stress practices. But after watching that, specifically here in Los Angeles, we're doing a special deal for a Vedic meditation class. If you'd like to learn, please reach out to us and we can fit you in before the end of the new year. If you're online, I can help you with a consult or maybe guide you to an individual who teaches this practice in person. We do wellness consults here. I bring laughter healing and comedy for healing. We all have those events starting in January. But in the meantime, if you're stressed, please know you are not alone. Whether you like the political climate or not, there's still stress because there's a lot of people who don't like it. And if you don't like it, you're still stressed because of what's happening. Either way, every human being is under the result of people being more conservative with their money and things costing more. Rents are going up, but income is not. Food costs are going up, but income is not. The unemployment, there's less unemployment if people are on a gig economy, so it cannot be reported. Please know you are not alone, and we are here providing stress reduction techniques, whether you wish to read it, whether you wish to dial in aloud, or please follow us on our Eventbrite, Aware Meditation, because we have regular events that we'd like you to be part of. Thank you so much for joining, and with that, happy holidays! Where's the end button?